Let us discuss amino acids first that include GABA, glycine, and glutamate. Gamma-aminobutyric acid, commonly known as GABA for short, is present in all areas of the central nervous system, mainly in local inhibitory interneurons. It rapidly inhibits central neurons, the response being mediated by GABA receptors. GABA receptors are also divided into two types, GABA A and GABA B. Postsynaptic GABA A receptors are blocked by the convulsant drug bicuculline, while GABA B receptors are not blocked by bicuculline but are selectively activated by baclofen, parachlorophenol GABA. Many GABA B receptors are located on presynaptic nerve terminals, and their activation results in a reduction in transmitter release, just like of glutamate and GABA itself. Baclofen reduces glutamate release in the spinal cord and produces an antispastic effect, which is useful in controlling the muscular spasms that occur in diseases such as multiple sclerosis. Following release from presynaptic nerve terminals, amino acid transmitters are inactivated by reuptake systems. Drugs that are thought to act by modifying GABAergic synaptic transmission include the benzodiazepines, barbiturates, and the anticonvulsants vigabatrin and perhaps valproate. Did you know that benzodiazepines cause severe withdrawal symptoms that you must look out for? Let me tell you a super easy mnemonic to remember them. I can't stand, which means insomnia, sweating, tremor, anorexia, nightmares, dysphoria, and dizziness. Due to these, BZDs are prescribed with careful consideration. Now let us get back to the lecture. Let us talk about glycine now. Glycine is an inhibitory transmitter in spinal interneurons. It is antagonized by strychnine and its release is prevented by tetanus toxin, both substances causing convulsions. Coming towards glutamate. Glutamate excites virtually all central neurons by activating several types of excitatory amino acid receptor. These receptors are classified into ligand-gated, kainate, AMP stands for alpha-amino 3-hydroxy, 5-methyl, 4-isoxazole propionic acid, and NND stands for N-methyl D-aspartate receptors, depending on whether they are selectively activated by these glutamate analogs. A family of metabotropic G-protein-coupled receptors also exists. NMDA receptor antagonists, for example 2-aminophosphonolivarate, have been shown to have anticonvulsant activity in many experimental animal models of epilepsy, and they may prove to be beneficial in stroke, where at least some of the neuronal damage is thought to result from an excessive release of glutamate. Lamotrigine is an anti-epileptic drug that is thought to act partly by reducing presynaptic glutamate release. So this was all about amino acids. Keep watching for more.